I'm Ngozi,
I'm Nana,
and welcome back to our channel. So today I just have a question for all our viewers. This is an important, a very important question. Do y'all believe all men cheat? And this question basically comes up because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of people I follow, and they're talking a lot about, a lot of stuff about men's nature and how men are quote unquote designed, and a lot of their philosophy towards cheating. And it just makes me really think, do all men really cheat? Is this something that as women we just have to get over and accept the reality that your boyfriend's gonna cheat on you, your husband's gonna cheat on you, and life is gonna move on? It's not the end of the world. It's not, it happens. It's not something that we can try and avoid. It's almost inevitable. Or is it just something that you hear a lot of and it doesn't occur as much as you hear about it? Nana, what do you think?
I think you can't just generalize all men. I don't think that's fair. This is my personal opinion. I think that men are different based on their culture, the part of the world they're from, their exposure, their environment. I don't believe that men in Italy are the same as men in Nigeria. I don't believe that men in Gambia are the same as men in Europe.
You don't think men are men?
No, I don't believe that men are men. I do think that certain cultures allow and shape the way men think and act.
That's true. That's
why I don't like when people generally say, "Oh, all men cheat." No. If you were to ask me, do I think Nigerian men cheat or African men cheat? That's another question. I think that.
So what's your answer to that?
Not all. I'll say most. I believe most. Yes.
So but honestly stems off of a video I watched yesterday about a YouTuber. She's fairly new. Banter with NJ. Hi, if you watch this. And she was talking with her uncle, and basically he was saying that a man isn't cheating if he's taking care of responsibilities in the house, and he does it respectfully. That a man is cheating if his house is not being taken care of. He's arrogant and prideful with his cheating. So it was just so funny to me hearing this man is 60 plus, at least 50 something, talking, and it's people are getting very upset. But it's what he was saying is honestly is what really happens.
To it,
It's a reality of it. He gave an example about let's say a woman cannot perform, she's sick. If the man goes and dates someone else, he's not really cheating or if the woman doesn't want to ever do it, but the man has a high, drive and he wants someone else, he's not really cheating. So even though he was basically the point she was making is that he is defending or he's basically trying to rationalize or excuse cheating, but he's not saying that it's right. He's just saying it's the reality that it is.
And that's kind of that's the thing. I don't want to be negative or sound I personally don't think all men cheat. I really don't believe that all men cheat. Because I personally feel as if monogamy in general, I don't feel like it's natural. I think man or woman, you have to train yourself to be monogamous.
Wow.
You have to train yourself to be able to stay with one person. The same way we always talk about men. Me too, I can cheat. Ngozi can cheat. Any woman can cheat. I just think that society, especially us being from the African background,
we have more
women are more conditioned to be monogamous. Women are more you have more to lose with cheating.
Yeah,
as a woman.
I think that's more. Yeah, I think it's more of conditioning because I even remember I talked to some guy briefly. He was telling me how he went on a date with some lady and he did not know the lady was married with a child.
Yeah, women cheat too.
And she said she won, and he was asking what are you doing? How come you're trying to talk to me? You're married. And she said her husband's not satisfying her. So it's it goes both ways. We're so quick to think as men.
Human beings cheat.
Yeah.
But I definitely think men cheat more.
Men is
and
more
I
allowed.
definitely think that African men cheat more. Or foreign men cheat more. I think a lot of cultures out in America, for example, Jeff Bezos, right? One of the richest men in the world.
The richest quote unquote
man in the world. He cheats on his wife. The wife divorces him, takes a good amount of the money, which she rightfully deserves. But no one really, in American culture, no one's gonna bash the wife. She had every right to divorce him.
Go, girl.
Yeah, she had every right to leave him because he cheated. In other cultures, for example, the culture that our parents are from, something like that is if a man cheats on you once and you tell your people that you want to divorce him because he cheated on you once, people are gonna laugh at you.
They're gonna think you're weird, something you
get what I'm saying? Especially in marrying a man with so much money. You're marrying a man with so much power, so much influence. These are the type of things that people feel so you should expect it. Same thing if you date an NBA player. Same thing if you there's certain men that you date and people just be you should cheating should be something that you expect. And are they wrong for necessarily saying that? No, because like I said, men cheat based on their background, their lifestyle. their culture, their environment. Like I feel like there's so many things that shape why people cheat.
No, I think honestly, you know what I want to think? Even think about the video, the point the guy had made, her uncle had made is that sometimes you don't even want to, but it just happens, and the girl lures you. I honestly think cheating is almost equivalent to drugs. If you ask somebody, what we learned in school is that the number one predictor of somebody abusing drugs is what is access. So I think the same thing with cheating. I think there's a lot of guys who who don't cheat, but do they not cheat because they don't have that opportunity? They don't have access to the type of women they want. They don't have money.
That's true.
I don't think that is because they're holier than thou, they're born again, or they're so righteous and walking on earth like they're so perfect. I think a lot of guys cheat just out of access. Like I feel like women are accessible to them either because of the way they look, because of their status, because of the money they have, because of the environment, because of the type of places they go to, because of the type of factors. It's not excuses, it's not justifying.
Because you know it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Whether you have a line of 10 women at your door or you're a shy guy that no one talks to, it's the same act.
Of course, it's the same act. I'm not saying, but like I said, some people have more temptation than others. The same way a guy who maybe doesn't have much money, who maybe isn't the best looking, who probably doesn't go out more, is not in shape. He doesn't the same option as the guy who's 6'6", who has a lot of money, who has a great career, who has a lot of friends. You can't compare the options or the type of women they're going to encounter. So even the type of job, I know it's a big thing. A lot of, especially in different parts of the world, it's common for a woman to not live with her husband. Like a husband to live in another country or to travel back and forth for work. So I always wondered to myself, like, do these women think that their husbands are not cheating on them? Like, do they really think they're the only person? Because the way I look at it is like, I can't imagine seeing my husband 1 week a month or 2 weeks a month and think that he's not dating someone else. Because I just don't believe.
He's not a baby.
They're not saying he's a baby. But you know what I noticed too? Even then about, I feel like men don't really know how to keep themselves busy. So I feel like it's like if they don't know how to really, like, I feel like a woman could sit by herself for a couple of weeks. She'll go read the Bible. She'll go cook. She'll go work out. She'll keep her. But I feel like men, I don't think a man could go and live in another place for 2 weeks and his wife is not there. He's not going to be dating someone else.
He's a company.
Yes, he needs company. Like I don't believe that's possible. I know people say depends on the guy, blah blah blah. I don't believe that. Like I said, that would be an example of access. He's in an environment where he's sitting by himself. So versus him, if he had a wife with him 24/7, literally, let's be real.
But there's men that live with a woman 24/7, they still cheat every day.
Of course, I'm not arguing that, but I think that gives them more of a reason. I'm not saying that it's ever a reason.
You're saying that cheating isn't bad, but there's reasons why it's more justifiable.
Not more justifiable, where you can see it happening more. Where does it sit? Like, let's be real right now. If I'm in America and my boyfriend is in Nigeria, let's say I'm dating a guy in Nigeria, and I'm seeing him once a year. Do I really think he's not going to be dating someone else? Is that cheating? Like, that's being realistic. Like yeah, it's being realistic. Like, if I'm dating a guy in Nigeria, I see him once a year. I know he's dating other people. Same way I'm here, I'm going to be dating other people as well. It's not even just a man thing. I can do it and not date other people. Not just a man thing. I think a part of it, a lot of people don't want to admit. Sometimes it is just curiosity. Sometimes it is just access. Sometimes a lot of people cheat due to loneliness. They may feel lonely in their relationship. They may feel lonely in their marriage. They may feel as if they're not connecting with their partner the way they used to. They just need someone to talk to. It's almost like there's so many reasons why people cheat.
But that does not make it right.
No, it's never right. It's never right. Is what I'm saying. But I'm just saying. What a point I'm trying to make is that I think there are some reasons that make someone more likely to be not loyal or to cheat or whatever, to go towards that infidelity path. I think there's situations that make it more like that, kind of like encourage it almost. There's certain lifestyles, there's certain jobs. Thank you. There's certain
traveling every other day.
You're
staying in hotels all the time.
There's certain lifestyle that like promote that encourages it that more. Let's be real. Like me and Nnena always have this argument. Okay, let's say you're married and your husband cheats on you. That's one scenario. Number 2, your husband cheats on you and he gets a woman pregnant. Is it the same? And I always argue that it's not.
It's the same.
Nnena always says it's the same.
That's why cheating should be looked at as such a serious offense. That's why cheating, a woman has a right, if her husband cheats on her once, to leave. Because he could cheat again and bring her HIV. He could cheat, bring her a bunch of stepchildren. He could cheat and really do some damaging things to relationships. I feel like cheating, I don't feel like people even take it serious enough. It is very, 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 very serious. I respect men more. I meet, like I said all the time in the last video, we're getting older. We're not late 20s. I meet men more that are like 40 plus, late 30s, and they're still I respect a man waiting and not getting married and knowing that he can't not cheat. Like, I respect him more. Be like,
but him waiting gonna make him get better?
No, maybe he's just never gonna get married.
That's different. Yeah, it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. Maybe he knows I can never stay with someone that long. One woman would never satisfy me. One woman would never keep me that entertained. One woman would never satisfy me for 20, 30, 40 years. I don't believe, you know what I mean?
Reasonable.
Let me stay by myself. And I think that's the issue too, that a lot of people feel this pressure to settle down. They feel this pressure to get married, and they know they have no business getting married to begin with. You know you're a womanizer. You know you like
Some
women.
people think marriage will change you.
It's not going to change you. It's not going to change you. If you're a womanizer, you're a womanizer. You should stay by yourself.
I mean, you'll never know these things until you're in a situation, until you're married. It's easier to look on the outside and look in and think that things are just as simple. But I'm from the school of thought that when it comes down to cheating or anything, I feel like a lot of people need to be more real with themselves and know about what you can handle, what you can't handle. You need to know in terms of even a type of relationship. Can I date someone? I think that's another thing, like you're saying, what you can handle. People always get in on us millennials. Oh, people divorce. People don't stay together. But I think that's part of the main reasons that, like, this generation, people don't have time for that cheating rubbish. They don't have time for that. Like, I feel like our parent generation was different. No one left their husband because of cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's rare for you to see a woman's gonna leave her husband because he cheated. That wasn't really common. But now, in our generation, you cheat on a girl once, she's gonna divorce you. But do you think cheating is a deal breaker? Like it's
that's like, I don't know. I that's what I said earlier. Do you think should a woman even be getting married if they know that if a man cheats on them once, they're gonna leave him? Is there any sense of getting married? Because it's like, how many women are gonna go their whole life and say a man never cheated on them? Is it really realistic? Is it realistic for you to say that?
If you live your whole life thinking like that, like when is it gonna come? When is it gonna come? When is he gonna cheat on me? You know what I mean? Like that, be anxious and like.
I think being around maybe a lot of like Africans is just changing my mindset because I feel like they really normalize it. But I came to a conclusion. I feel like if my husband, God forbid, was to cheat on me, I don't think I would leave him. I think I would just cheat back.
Yeah, I think that's the best revenge.
Like honestly, I don't think that I would leave him. I don't think I. It depends too. Like, cheating once is different from you really cheating on someone.
Or having an affair.
You making a mistake is different from you having. You know what I'm saying?
Like, a mistake? How you make a mistake?
Because the flesh is weak. Anyone can cheat. You can cheat. I can cheat. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's impossible. I just feel like the reason why I would be less likely to cheat is because I don't put myself in those situations. I don't put myself in those situations. Like, if I know I'm a married woman, I'm not going to go and, like, for example, like, making male friends.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm married. Why do I need to text a man besides my husband? You know what I mean? Why am I going to be married and I start going to, like, the nightclub every weekend?
It's been too social, too friendly. Like, stop talking to people. Stop saying hi.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's like you have to make it. Like I said earlier, I don't even really think monogamy is natural. I think you have to train yourself to be monogamous. And I think that's the reason why practicing celibacy is so important, or just staying single for a while is so important. Really single, like not always dating. I feel like you need to know how to be by yourself, because for the same things. Like, what if you go in a job that you have to see your wife every 3 months? You need to learn how to be by yourself. You need to learn how to not get it in for 3 months. You know what I mean? You need to know. Like, I feel like these are things that you need to be practicing.
Like self-control.
Yes, discipline. And I feel like that's the reason why I think these things are so important to practice before you even get married. Like, being able to say, I'm gonna go 2 years and not have sex. Like, I'm going to try it because I know that there might be a time in my marriage I might not be able to have sex. What if your wife is pregnant, she just gives birth, and something happens, you have to go 3 months?
That's another thing. Someone commented a lot that a lot of men cheat when their wives give birth. And I'm like, I hadn't even thought about that because, you know, they can't do it, or it's too this.
Like,
or
so many things you have to think
of. Or while they're heavily pregnant, or like when they're sick. Like,
so I feel like that's just I think that a lot of men, I think women practice it more. Men and women need to practice more of being alone, celibacy, being comfortable with themselves, knowing how to keep themselves entertained, like, before getting into marriage. Like, I feel like it's something that, so by the time you're already in marriage and you got there, you're like, oh, I've gone 2 years without getting it in. Like, what's gonna phase me? I've went 3 years. I've went 1 year. You know what I mean? So, like, why would I now, because my wife is away for 2 months, go cheat when I went 2 years before meeting her without having sex? You know what I mean? That's what I think.
People have to train themselves.
Yes, I feel like monogamy is something you have to train yourself to do. I don't think monogamy is natural. I don't think it's natural to want to be with one person for 40 years.
It's even weird.
Like, it's not natural. Like, you know, I'm not going to start talking about polygamy. Which, you know, I watched a show the other week about it, and the husband and wife were on this show with their partners who all know each other, and the children know their partners. Like, that thing was crazy. But at the same time, it's like, can I blame those people? Because that's what half people are doing anyway.
Husband cheat, wife cheating. Why not you guys all openly cheat and have your partners and everybody?
And like the partners they were cheating with were married. So like the married woman and man knew the two. It was the strangest thing I ever heard of. But I don't know. I just don't want this narrative of like all men are scum, all men cheat,
like,
men cheat, men cheat.
Women lie, men lie, women lie,
like,
men lie.
like I do think that sometimes as a woman you just have to be realistic.
And
Like,
also-
and also too, this is me. I'm a firm believer that some women give their men room to cheat. This is my honest opinion, right? Okay, let me give you an example. Today I'm living in America, right? Then my husband said he's gonna go work in
Canada.
And I would say, oh, honey, okay, move to Canada, I'll stay with the kids. No, I'm going to get my black ass up. Me and my children are going to go and move to Canada, okay? Unless I'm Oprah, I'm not staying here and letting my husband go live in Canada for 6 months alone. Like, I feel like those are situations when I know life isn't always perfect. I feel like some women act like naive. Like, they act stupid. Like, they almost, like, invite cheating into the relationship or their marriages. Like, they'll let the husband go stay in another country for 6 months. What do you think they're doing? Like, come on, 6 months is a bit extreme.
I don't think it's that they don't let him do it. They don't care. I just feel like some women are conditioned to just think that that's going to happen. So I feel like they're not killing themselves about it. I feel like they don't really care. Like, I feel like it doesn't really bother them. I feel like cheating the way you're thinking is very...
I feel like men are kind of like children in a way. Like, it's like if I let my little brother, if I give, like, he's going to do what he wants ultimately, but there's a way that I can be around that he can't do what he wants to do. Even if he really wants to do it, I'll make it very, very, very difficult. If he really wants to do it, the bad thing, he's going to do it. But if I'm always in his face and I'm always monitoring, I take his phone, I check his phone, I know his friends, I do this, I do that, the likelihood of him stepping out or not, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes us women act a little naive. Like, we kind of feel as if like, oh, everyone thinks, either some women are on the two side of the spectrum. Some women feel as if men are just cheaters. They're all gonna cheat. I can't kill myself. And then some women are the ones who
never be there. They'll never be there, man.
Yeah, like, oh, my husband, he could never.
But do you think that cheating is more in men's nature, or do you think that's an excuse that we give men? Like, do you think men are like biologically more susceptible to cheating, or do you think it's 50-50, but men have less consequences when they cheat, so they do it more?
Do you think it? I think as a man, if I imagine myself, I'm not a man, I'm a woman, but I imagine if I was a man, I think for them, they have more temptation when it comes to cheating. They're more visual. Women are so beautiful. There's all these fake bodies nowadays. Every girl has a figure 8. You go on Instagram, there's all these Instagram chicks. Like, I feel like as a woman, like I said, I feel like where is the temptation? Like, most men are just barely there. Like, who's tempting me? You get what I'm saying? Like, who's really tempting me? Like, half of these guys are even scared to talk to you. They can't even talk to you in person. They can't even come up to you. But like, these girls nowadays, somebody, you know, like, they don't care. Like, and they're pretty, they're attractive. I definitely think it's easier for a man to be tempted than for a woman to be tempted.
But don't you think women gain more from cheating than men do? Because think about it, if a man is having an affair, isn't he the one spending money, spending time, putting out more, I guess, at least financial? Like, when women are cheating, for the most part, don't they have more to gain? Because, I mean, I guess it depends on just the financial situation of the partner.
I don't know. But I don't think that, I don't want to believe that, like I don't want to go into a marriage, I don't like this, like, tendency of women just telling women, like, oh, that's how men are. Yeah. I remember once I was, like, at church a couple years ago, and this couple got married, and this deaconess actually got up and was like, oh, your husband is going to disappoint you. Just prepare for it. And I just felt as if, like, she's about to get married. Like, that's not what you tell her right now. Like, you know, and who are you? You're not her mom. You're not her aunt, close aunt. You know what I mean? Like, why is it this narrative? Like, why are people, like, preparing their girls just like, oh, men are scum, deal with it. Men are terrible, just get over it. The earlier you understand, like, no, all men are not like that. Yes, a lot of men are like that. Maybe you could even say most men are like that. But every man is not a cheater. Every man is not a liar. Every man is not terrible. Every man is not a...
We can talk about this for days, but let us know, do all men cheat? Are men more inclined to cheat? And do you think cheating is a deal breaker? Let us talk down below in our comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody you know. And we see you in our next video.
Bye.